You two people. Don't worry, we'll get back to the drama soon enough. I actually have some news today. Multiple sources have told me that Topps, as soon as next month, will be rolling out. Want to 10x the hobby? Dutch auctions. Yeah. Right out of the old Panini playbook. Dutch auctions are coming to Topps according to multiple sources. There may also be, and I will be frank, I don't have a ton of details on this stuff. It sounds like there could also be a new product offering called First Print, which sounds like a first off the line type product, if you ask me. Now, before we dive too deep into this, shout out to today's video sponsor, Just Collect. If you have a collection to sell, you want to move off of it, you're not sure what to do, there's a link in the description of the video. Go down there, fill out the appraisal form, and one of the team members will reach out to you and get you fixed up. They're mostly looking for vintage, but they will look at some modern stuff as well. So head on over, check out the website, fill out the form, and talk to one of their team members if you have a collection that you are looking to move off of. So Dutch auctions. From what I could tell, this is a traditional Dutch auction, Panini style. This is not going to be the zero cool Josh Luber version of Dutch auctions. I'll be honest. I know Josh Luber and Zero Cool are, hot take. A lot of people don't like him. I liked the way that he did his blind Dutch auctions. And I'm not going to remember all the details off the top of my head, but in his version of a Dutch auction, you essentially submitted a blind price and then it did the math at the end or something and then figured it out. From everything I have been told, it looks like this Topps Dutch auction will be more Panini style, for lack of a better term. I have never been a huge fan of Dutch auctions, and I don't believe, I don't know 100% for sure, but I don't think this is going to replace EQL. I'm guessing it's going to be another tool in the toolbox. The other thing that I don't know, this is pure speculation on my part, is what types of products are they going to roll this out on? Is it just going to be high end? Is it going to be everything? Is it going to be limited release stuff? That I don't know either. In my personal opinion, I feel like it makes more sense on higher end stuff. I don't know that it makes a ton of sense to throw up, we'll use Topps basketball, for example, Topps flagship basketball jumbo boxes at a Dutch auction. Maybe it does. For financially for them, I'm sure that it probably does. The box on average would probably sell higher through Dutch auction than the traditional way. To me, Dutch auction feels like it's better for a more limited run product, like a Sapphire. Now, the tricky part with this, and this is some of the stuff that Run Good Life has talked about in the past, it does kind of open things up for some market manipulation, if you will. Essentially, like I said, Run Good has talked about this. Others have talked about this, especially with the first off the line Panini products. And like I said, we're spec mode here. I have no idea if this is how it's going to play out with Topps or not, but this is one of the things that scares me, is essentially breakers need the product, so they will get in there and they're going to spend way more. They're going to be willing to spend way more for it than me and you are. Me and you just want to go in, snag a box or two, get it home, rip it, have a little bit of fun. They can take it microtransact it, and it allows them to sell it at a much higher price that way. And it gives them the option to buy it out at a higher price. So for example, if you had something like a Bowman Sapphire on there and it's a more limited print product, there's a higher likelihood that the breakers are going to wipe it out. Now, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe if Topps flagship, well, once again, I'm going to use Jumbos as an example, came out at Dutch auction, they would hit the $200 floor price. I don't think they would. We saw what happened. My guess is how this would play out is, say they threw Jumbos of Topps basketball up there, that they probably would have sold out at around the $350 mark. That's where the markets ended up settling on them anyway. And from Topps' perspective, that's great. From our perspective, potentially not so much. You could give it hell all you want. The fact that you at least have some type of limited opportunity to buy the products at release at relatively their cheapest price point is not the worst thing in the world. And like I said, I don't think Dutch auction is going to replace the way that they sell every single product. My guess is it's going to be deployed on very specific products, but I don't know that. We'll see what happens when we get more information. But the thought of Dutch auction does not give me the warm and fuzzies. And maybe that's just because we've all been kind of burned on it on the Panini end of things. Now, first print, that sounds to me like a first off the line style product. We'll see what that ends up playing out like as well. How, are they going to potentially copy the Panini model as well there with their twist, their spin on it, with some exclusive parallels, more hits, that sort of thing, where they're putting out a special release of this product where it's a juiced version, if you will, or different print runs, different parallels. Kind of like how Panini did, that you get like some special shimmer cards that were only available in first off the line product. We'll see how that plays out. But curious for your thoughts and comments down below on this one. Are you surprised by this? Is this the path that you expected them to go down? Will this work out for them? Will it work out for us? As always, curious for your thoughts and comments back down below. Catch you on the next one. Peace.